if I posted yesterday. It was just fucking some random throat singing. I may or may not post it later. At the end of the day, though, like, came up. I was talking to one of my fellow supervisors about styles and how everybody is and blah 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 blah. And like, people who leave my team, y'all gonna understand what it's like to go to somewhere else. Like, I am a supervisor, but I'm not corporate, and I'm like very much. The thing is, right, at the end of the day, how do I phrase this? At the end of the day, we're all going through it. Like, that's how it works. Like, we're all fucking waking up. Yeah, an alarm set. Wake the fuck up. Do your shit. Drive to work. Deal with that nonsense for however many hours. Go back home. Try to fucking de-stress for however many hours until you do it again. 5 days a week. Like, that's life. Like, that's the shit we're all going through. Or at least all of us who aren't like ridiculously wealthy and never having to work again. Because I gotta tell you, that's probably kind of nice. If you're at the point when your money's making money and you don't have to do nothing, yeah, I can see how you could become disconnected from the rest of us. And I am definitely a rest of us. But I mean, we're all dealing with it. We're all going through it. We're all fucking waking up and putting in the fucking grind. Like, there's no reason to make some shit that's already stressful more stressful for no fucking reason. Like, yeah, if you're not doing your shit, alright, we're gonna have to talk. Get it. However, if you're doing your shit, you're showing up, you're not doing shit that makes me get yelled at, I don't see a reason to make it more difficult than it needs to be. I don't see it. Some of my peers will look at, how do I say this? They will adhere very rigidly to specific. Okay, so like, I follow the rules. Okay, I don't try to I'm not the person who's trying to do shit they're not supposed to do, right? Like, I'm not back there trying to massage numbers and make shit blah. I'm not that guy. The other side of the fence, though, is that I'm very protective of my people. Like, I'm very much like, if you have two ways of looking at something and one of them protects your agent and one of them goes after your agent, most of the time I'm going to be the guy who's trying to protect, whereas a lot of other supervisors may or may not be the type of people who go more towards, well, let's use this as a way of moving you on. Now, again, I'm not saying specifically, I'm not calling anybody out, I'm not trying to do anything or say anything in that regard. I'm just saying my personal philosophy is to understand and appreciate that we're all going through it. And I try to protect my people to try to keep it from being as stressful as it may otherwise be, depending on who you may or you have, that you're reporting to. And even as an agent and even as a lead, I experienced that. Not so much as an agent, because I found a supervisor I liked and I stuck with his ass until he fucking left the company. But that's like, as a lead, I definitely experienced it. I experienced it, and it was weird. It's weird because even as a lead, not being directly impacted by the supervisor, like, you're the second in command, or given how it used to be, you're the second in command, right? So, like, you're not so much one of the people that's getting yelled at, for lack of a better description at the moment, so much as, the person who's helping to, quote unquote, enact the will of the captain, as it were, right? So you're not directly impacted by that. However, even with that being said, I've experienced from how I could call it a good supervisor to someone who I would say is not a good supervisor, and the morale impact, even as a lead who again was not directly impacted by what was going on, made me fucking hate my job. Like I had a couple nights where I was like this far from it, man, like this far from it, like no joke, like about to be like, nah, we're not dealing with this. And that's different from like just a few months earlier where I had a completely different supervisor, or was reporting to a different supervisor as his lead, and it was completely different. Like nobody's straight up looking forward to going to work if you're normal, but like you didn't hate it as much because you knew y'all were gonna go through it together, right? It's all about that feeling of camaraderie. So I'm about I paused because I yawned, but I also paused because I can't remember the fucking word I'm looking for. Morale? I think that's the right word. Atmosphere. Environment. Culture. I'm about culture and performance. Like, I personally need to not hate coming to work. Right? So like that, plays out on the team, and then fucking perform. Like, it's cool to chill, but you can't chill and suck, so we gotta not suck so that I don't get yelled at. And that's basically what I do. Like, that's my thought. Like, legit, don't get me yelled at, don't make me yell at you. And that basically means don't suck so much that we're getting in trouble. That's the answer to that, right? I completely fucked up my cruise control. There we go. Yeah, so I mean that's the thing. Like, fuck, dude. I go to bed at like 8 in the morning. My alarm set at 1:30. On my days off, I don't have an alarm set, and I wake up much later. Like, it's not something I personally look forward to, but I do it. I do it because I'm a fucking adult. Like some of them, anyway. But yeah, like at the end of the day, though, man, like, bruh, we got bills to pay. Fucking responsibilities, but don't live to work. Don't be that guy or girl. Don't be that person. Like, yo, do your shit. Do it well enough that you ain't getting yelled at, and preferably in a way that gets you promoted or at least more money, right? Either avoid your coworkers or try to establish a positive environment with them. But don't burn your fucking life for work. No matter what you do, like, do your job, do it well, right? Be a dependable person. Bet, get it, right? No argument there. But like, life is for fucking living. Like, that's the answer. Life is to live and explore and experience and absorb, to love, to feel. Life is a series of adventures and experiences that help color the person, that help color your life to make you the person that you are. Life is those moments when you can look at the people who mean the most to you and experience events between each other, major or minor, that you take with you and remember for all the time that you have. And those moments, those experiences, are what make you the person that you are. They're the foundation that your personality, your responses, the way you feel, the way you talk, the way you love, live, laugh, all that, the end of it, is built off of and from. The stories you reminisce about, or the ones that keep you warm at night, you know, the longing you feel when you're not with the people who bring those feelings and sensations to you. That's life, right? That's why we're here. We're here for that. We're here to forward what it means to be human, what it means to be alive. We are here to shoulder the responsibility of our sentience and sapience, and to not waste, you know, the opportunity that we've been given. That's the realities of life. And it's not logging in 9 to fucking 5 and toiling through the drudgery that gets everyone else more money who's above you. I completely understand at this point the necessities of what has become the modern experience. Outside of something which is like providing people a livable wage, and then celebrating and incentivizing people who go above and beyond that by fulfilling those requirements that we have in our society for society to in itself function. I get it. I would 100% say that there are better ways of achieving it in a way that doesn't grind down the workforce. Like the 4-day work week thing, yes. Even 4 fucking 10s I'll take at this point. Like, unfortunately, you're looking at a situation where, you know, those who make decisions have learned as to, well, it's good because there's more people who are refusing to deal with the worst conditions in some aspects. So that's good to see. Society, at least American society, could be so much better than it is. It could be, and it's not, and it's not, and it's not, and it's sad. It's disappointing, and it's. I did that, dude. I did that a couple months ago. I was the guy who was working 7 days a week and fucking burning myself to the fucking core. To just be that guy, and the sad thing is that part of it was purely because I have no one else to go home to, you know, no one else to share that time with, so fuck it, you might as well work. That was a horrible thing to do to myself. And the payoff, if any, was minuscule compared to normal workload. So, you know, it's not about that. It's just not. Like, that's not what life is about. It's what we all have to fucking deal with. It's what we all have to wake up and do as adults with responsibilities and bills and, you know, people that depend on us. That's what we got to do. It should not, however, define the core of who you are. And I would love to see a better balance. I would love to see the 4-day work week, even at 410s. I would love to see people being respected more in regards to their time. And so the counterpoint, though, before I fall to, like, you gotta go to work, though. Like, look, I get it. Listen, I've been fucking talking about how it's not, don't work to live, right? But you still have to work. And if you are working, you have to be someone who can be dependent on. If you're never there, then this argument doesn't so much apply to you because you're not the person that's burning themselves out in the first place. And I'll give you the other talk that I typically give agents when they first hit my team, which is this: if you're in a job that has both sick time and vacation time, and the sick time accrues, and it's the bucket that you can immediately take without needing to do anything, right? So I'm getting over because the highway's got construction, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't get in a horrible accident. If you're in that position, if you're in, right, don't just burn your sick time. And I'm saying that from fucking experience. Like I did that shit. I worked at a different call center. Like the second it accrues, it's gone. Don't. I can tell you that come the end of the year, if all you're doing is taking that random day off, you'll never feel like you had any real time off. Like the best use of time that you can possibly do, in whatever way you accrue sick time, vacation time, or personal days, or whatever, is 5 days off, 40 hours. 40 hours is the absolute best allotment of time, because you put that between 2 weekends, and your 5 days that you've put in gives you 9 days off in a row. Huge. It's almost a 100% return on time. Like, it's insane. And here's the other trick for that. Do not pre-schedule anything for that 9 days. Because if you do, it changes the whole experience. So, if you take this 9 days off, I would like for you to stay in your fucking lane, please, thank you. If you take this 9 days off, it's basically the closest thing to spring break, summer vacation, all that shit we used to get as kids that you don't get anymore. That's what this is. If you pre-schedule something, though, you lose part of the freedom. And here's what I mean. If you have no plans, then you wake up and do whatever you want. I'm going to go see a movie today. I'm going to go to the park today. Let's go visit this place for the next 2 days. Like, if you do it whilst in the middle of this time frame, then you're doing it while truly appreciating the freedom that 9 days gives you. If you, however, pre-schedule it, then it's not really 9 days of freedom so much as, all right, well, we're going to spend the next 5 days doing this, and then when we get back, we'll have 4 days, or we'll have 3 days, we'll have 2 days, or maybe we'll spend it, we'll get back that morning, and we can go to work, and we'll have the whole week, and blah, blah, blah. But that's that type of vacation that you come back from, and you're like, man, I'm fucking tired, I need a vacation. Like, that's not really conducive to the de-stressing and relaxing that each and every fucking one of us needs far more than we get. So it's not, if you have some big plan, you want to go, overseas, you want to go to a different country, I get it, right? That's the time to do it. Don't make every vacation that. Because like I said, the first time I did it, it was so close. The best way to put it is, that time when you're between jobs, but you just got hired somewhere, except you don't start for another 2 weeks. That feeling, when you don't have that stress, like, fuck, I still need to find a job, I need to get off my ass and fucking put in resumes and talk to people, like that stress, right? That's the I don't have a job stress. You've gotten hired, but you start in 2 weeks. You can now, quote unquote, enjoy that time that you have. Now, you're obviously, depending on if you have unemployment or whatnot, not making the money, so you don't really have the pure, it's not 100%, but it's the closest thing. This 9-day stretch is even better because you have a job, you are getting paid, it's 100% your vacation time, and you're literally getting paid to do exactly what it is that you're doing, which is literally whatever you want to do at any given moment. It's, as an adult, as a fucking working adult, that is like the greatest usage of time and return to letting you feel like who you are, who you were, before the day-to-day grind and responsibility of what adulthood has become was. Like, it lets you return to the you that you really are. So I strongly encourage that, instead of just randomly, taking one random day off whenever you have the sick time, because it doesn't hit the same way at the end of the year. But yeah, goodbye.